As a long-form content creator on YouTube, I resisted TikTok for a very long time, which now I really regret. But I caved and finally gave it a try in late September after seeing other YouTubers reach new audiences on the platform. I didn't give it too much thought initially until one of my videos went viral and got me over 6 million views. With that, I instantly committed to doing TikToks every single day for the month of October to see what could come of it. Throughout the entire month of October, I was able to get just shy of 7 million views, which earned me about $175 from the TikTok Creator Fund. However, I actually made way more money than just that from creating TikTok videos, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. So this will be a recap of my TikTok experience over the last month, starting with how I managed to go viral. Again, I was being pretty lazy with my TikTok account before then, so once that video blew up, I needed to take action fast to make the most of it. This started with figuring out how to make as much money as possible on TikTok, since they don't pay creators quite as much as YouTube does. After I figured this out, I had to optimize my account and my content strategy to maximize my earnings. Once we run through all this, I'll show you my estimated total earnings for TikTok and what I learned from the experience. Let's get started. When I was first experimenting on TikTok, I didn't have much direction. I started by uploading some clips that I shot in my garage studio and edited to look really smooth. But then that became too much work, so I just took the easy route and filmed the rest on my phone. Initially, I was using TikTok as a way to promote my YouTube videos. In each TikTok video, I was trying to summarize the topic and then get people onto YouTube to watch the full video, which still hasn't really worked for me. After I saw a bunch of videos on NFTs blowing up on the platform, I decided to try some cryptocurrency related content. So I filmed a breakdown of my cryptocurrency mining setup, which I covered in depth on this channel a few months ago. I've always thought I had a pretty clean setup, especially because most mining rigs are absolutely massive and loud, so I figured some people might find it interesting. It didn't do much when I posted it, but about 12 hours later, it started accelerating from the thousands to tens of thousands of views. Over the next day or two, I accumulated 1 million views, and then it continued climbing to over 6 million views since. The crazy thing is, I still don't understand why this video went viral, because I didn't think 6 million people would be interested in cryptocurrency mining. The first couple of seconds were okay, but I didn't think I had a killer hook. Yet somehow people watched the whole thing. I think the stats that really contributed to the views here though, are the average view duration and the percentage of people who watched the whole video. I've yet to create another TikTok that has such great retention, so that is obviously super important to the TikTok algorithm. Once data showed that people were spending a lot of time on my video, they pushed it out further and further. So if you're looking to get started on TikTok, my first bit of advice is just to make content that will suck viewers in and keep them watching, and the views will follow. In the days following the release of that TikTok, I gained thousands and thousands of followers. I knew with that many eyeballs, I had to be able to make money off of it somehow. I just had to figure out how. The first way is obviously with the TikTok Creator Fund. This is money paid to creators directly from TikTok as a way to incentivize them to create videos on the platform. However, to be eligible for this fund, you need to have 10,000 followers and at least 100,000 video views in the last 30 days. My viral video checked both of these boxes for me, but it took me a few days to apply and officially receive approval. Once approved, I was making about $15 a day, since my video was still getting hundreds of thousands of views every day. However, once things slowed down, there were several days where I made less than $1. Overall, with nearly 7 million views and total earnings of about $175, I earned an RPM of 2.5 cents, which means 2.5 cents for every 1,000 video views. This is awful compared to YouTube, which pays me on average around $17 per 1,000 views. If this were the only way to make money on TikTok, it would be really hard to continue on the platform, unless you really enjoy the community and creating content just for the sake of building your brand. Fortunately, I realized that the best tactic to monetizing the views I was getting was to use referral and affiliate programs. Since I was talking about cryptocurrency already with my miners, I began mentioning the crypto platforms I use in my videos. I didn't even bother trying to get people onto my YouTube channel anymore, but just funneled them directly to my favorite cryptocurrency platforms, because that earned me the most money. In order to maximize the chance of viewers converting and making accounts on these platforms, I had to minimize the hurdles between video and signing up. To do this, I signed up for Linktree, which is a mobile-focused tool that displays all of your links in one place. I created a profile which has referral links to all of my favorite platforms, along with the logo and a little description so people knew where they were headed. I also have my YouTube and LinkedIn attached at the bottom, where they won't distract viewers, but they still have the potential to get clicks if people are looking for them. I experimented quite a bit here, trying different links, embedding YouTube videos, and minimizing options so that you can only click on a few things. The layout you see here is ultimately what I use the longest, but I'll probably keep exploring other strategies moving forward. Once I hit 10,000 followers on TikTok, I was able to put a link to this Linktree profile in my bio. So anyone who viewed my videos could easily navigate to my page, click the link, and then instantly access all of the affiliate offers. At this point, I was ready to monetize my views. I just had to direct viewers to these links from my content. And this meant I needed a TikTok content strategy. Luckily, I now had a base of viewers, a video that was going viral, and a way to monetize my views to take action. I just had to connect all the dots. For this, I used 3 main strategies. The first was to capitalize on the success of my viral video with video replies. With this feature, I can make a video replying to a comment, which then gets displayed on the comment section of that video. I was getting tons of comments on my viral video, so I made follow-up videos specifically in response to those comments. This way, each time somebody saw the viral video, they would check the comments and start working their way through more of my videos. This was a really great strategy for increasing views across my profile and building my follower count. The second was getting on trends, which is pretty essential to reaching new audiences on the platform. Every time I saw a trending sound, I would try to twist it into something about cryptocurrency. This allowed me to reach new people who wouldn't otherwise be watching my content, and let them know that they should take a closer look at my account for cryptocurrency topics. It also let me introduce some of the benefits of cryptocurrency, like collecting compound interest on your holdings. The third type of content was straight up value driven. I walked through how to buy crypto with the lowest fees, taking out crypto loans, the new Bitcoin ETFs, and so on. These videos were really intended to inform people on the basics of cryptocurrency and get them acclimated to the products I personally use. I included tons of screenshots and numbers from my accounts to really give as much detail as possible. And in almost all of these videos, regardless of the format, I would do 2 things. First is including a call to action at the end of the video, although this wasn't always possible with the trending style content. I'd basically say, hey, if you're interested in doing this too, earning interest on crypto, trading with low fees, whatever, visit the link in my bio to get started. Of course, this drives them directly to that Linktree profile where they can click on my referral links. The second is writing a comment that says the same thing. If you want to get started, visit the link in my bio. Then I would pin this to the top of the video comments section so that anyone who stops to read the comments has to scroll past it. This hopefully catches a few more eyes and gets them to look at the link in my bio and potentially sign up. With these strategies, I was able to keep views and followers coming in even after my video died down, and I reached a lot of people who are new to cryptocurrency. After millions of TikTok views throughout October, I got 2,500 people to click on my Linktree, and about 1,300 of those clicked on links. That's about a 50% conversion rate after opening my Linktree, so I'm pretty happy with that result. So the question is, how much did I actually make from TikTok considering all of these other monetization strategies? To recap, I made roughly $175 from the TikTok Creator Fund, which is great to have, but it's not going to keep me around on its own. I made another $230 in Bitcoin through Gemini Referrals, which is equal to 23 successful referrals. The last one is tough, and that's Celsius, which pays me $50 in Bitcoin for each referral. I've gotten 53 referrals throughout October for $2,650 in Bitcoin, which is absolutely wild. I do think most of this is from TikTok, but I did post a YouTube video towards the middle of the month that is also contributing a little bit to these referrals. So it's hard to pin an exact number on it without more advanced tracking. But even if only half of those Celsius referrals came from TikTok, it's pretty clear how powerful the platform can be for generating income, as long as you're able to monetize beyond the TikTok Creator Fund. So if you're interested in making money on TikTok, or if you're already a creator and you're looking for a better way to monetize, here's what I've learned after a month on TikTok. First, there is a massive audience on TikTok, and it's probably the best place to reach people these days. In just 1 month, I gained 5 times as many followers than I ever have in a year on YouTube. These are people who might have never seen my content in the first place. So the fact that I'm able to reach completely different people on TikTok is reason enough for me to keep exploring it further. I only wish I started sooner. Second, creating a variety of content is key to reaching new people and figuring out what works. I still haven't cracked the TikTok code, but continued experimentation is what contributed to my viral video. You just need one big hit. Then you can keep that momentum going with some of the other strategies I talked about earlier. And of course, if you're strategic with how you monetize on TikTok, you don't even need a massive following to make money. You just need to make it as easy as possible for viewers to convert, whether that's buying a product, signing up somewhere with your affiliate link, or even following you on other social media platforms. Once you know what that goal is, you can tastefully create content around it to convert your viewers. For me, knowing that I wanted people to sign up to the Celsius platform helped inspire content ideas and a theme across my content. It also contributed to tons of referral signups and the majority of my earnings on TikTok. So even though the TikTok Creator Fund only paid me about $175, I was able to make way more money than that even after my views went down. Also, just a heads up from someone who has been doing financial topics on TikTok, I had read that they were really strict about topics in that niche. I think in cryptocurrency specifically, there have been problems with people shilling altcoins and other shady things. I did get a few community guideline strikes, but I was able to immediately appeal all of them without any lasting impact on my account. For the most part, I may have stayed safe by only discussing Bitcoin and more generalized cryptocurrency concepts, but I have yet to reach a full understanding of what is actually allowed when discussing financial content. For the most part though, things have gone a lot smoother than I expected. And with that, I'd love to hear any of your thoughts in the comments, especially if you're someone who's been avoiding TikTok for a while like I did. If you want to follow me on TikTok, I'll also leave a link for that in the description. And if this is the first you're seeing of my channel, I do a lot of content around investing, and I'd love for you to stick around and check out another video. If you're interested in getting into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I'd recommend starting here, and I'll see you in the next video.